Hey, how you guys doing today, this afternoon? I just got home from an appointment and I was on YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. Let me tell you, I watch more YouTube than I do TV. I still watch TV, but I'm on YouTube more. And I was listening to one of my podcasters, okay? And she was telling a story, and part of her story, she was telling how she was discriminated against when she was 14 years old. Now, before I go on, let me warn you, I know in my other video I just made, I said I wasn't going to be talking about race, and I'm not. This isn't really like that. I'm not complaining and fussing and this and that and bringing out points. I'm doing story time to share my story with you about the first time I was discriminated against. Now, again, she said she was 14. The first time I experienced racism directly, I was 20 years old. Okay, I'm going to try not to make this story real long. I had gotten accepted into Rockport State, and that's near Rochester, New York. And so I went and I got my things and everything and moved into the dorm. I may be saying this out of order, but when I was in line registering, yeah, I guess that came first, but I was registering and everything. It was a long line, okay? And I was scared. Again, I'm just 20. I don't know anyone. I've never been to this place before. So I was a little nervous. And I happened to look over in another line and I saw someone there with a Bennett High jacket on. And I thought, oh, someone from Buffalo, you know. And I think it was blue and gold or something like that. But I'm like, wow, someone from Buffalo. So long story short, after the registration and all that stuff, the first day of class, the guy was a guy, he was in my class, and our professor told everyone to stand up, go around the room, state your name, where you're from, and why are you here? What are you taking up? What do you want to be? So when it was my turn, I said, hi, my name is Sheila Smith. I'm from Buffalo, New York, and I want to be a news anchor. I am here for journalism. And when I said I was from Buffalo, I noticed that he looked over and he was probably thinking the same thing. Oh, wow, someone from Buffalo, because he didn't know anyone either, So we became tight that semester. And I don't even know why I told that part of the story. Anyway, I had my room and I got there before my roommate got there. She came a couple of days later. So I was excited to meet her and see who she was going to be. And when that woman, a white woman, Caucasian woman, respectfully, when she opened the door, I said, hey, hi, my name is Sheila. I'm going to be your roommate. I'm all happy. She had the most disgusting, disappointing look on her face. She couldn't hide it. She tried to play it off. She's like, oh, hi. And she didn't say anything else to me, ever. Again. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. She probably, honestly, wasn't expecting a black girl to be her roommate. So it shocked her. She'll get over it after a couple of days and she meets me and get to know me and all. This is what I'm thinking positively. I'm looking at the glass half full. But it was half empty. Because she never said another word to me. And she stayed there a week. And she moved out. Now I'm baffled. I'm like, why did she move? Nothing happened. She moved out. It was because I was a black woman. And I'm going to tell you how I know that. Okay? But I can see if she moved out because, she was trying to study. And I got music blasting all day and all night and she can't study. I can see if she moved out because I had company, my friends over all day and all night, she can't study. Or I had a guy over or something and she's like, I don't feel comfortable. This guy is here. I can see if she moved out if I was a slob and nasty and clothes all over the place. But it was none of those reasons. I didn't do any of those. She moved out because I was a black woman, and here's why I know that. The last day that she was there, when she moved out, I went into the bathroom and I saw a crumbled up piece of paper balled up right by the wastebasket. So, as if, she attempted to throw it into the basket but missed. So I picked it up. And instead of me throwing it into the basket, I opened it up and I read it. Honest to God, I kid you not. The first sentence of her letter that she had written to her mother said, and I quote, "Hi, Mom. Guess what? I'm rooming with a nigger." I couldn't believe what I was reading. And then the second sentence said, "But I'm not going to be here long. There's no way I'm going to stay and live with a nigger." And then the letter went on. She said more stuff, but I can't remember all that. But I remember those first two because I will never, ever, ever forget that. "Hi, Mom, I'm rooming with a nigger." She didn't even know me. She judged me, Martin Luther King, as he said, by the color of my skin instead of the content of my character. And that hurt me to my soul because I didn't do anything to this woman. Nothing. And it hurt me. It really hurt me. So after the hurt, I got angry. And I said, when I see her around campus, I'm going to let her have it. Well, let me tell you, time heals, because I didn't see that girl for about 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 after that. And by that time, I had calmed down because I just figured, hey, at least I got the room by myself for the rest of the semester. I'm an introvert anyway. I don't like being, I'll associate with people and all that stuff, but I'm really, really an introvert. Most time if you see me or I'll talk to you, I'm not saying much. But anyway, getting off subject, I digress. I said, I'm not going to say anything to her because, truthfully, she has the right to feel how she wants to feel about anything, just as long as she doesn't act on it. So I had to apply that to myself too. I can't act on it either. Okay? And I did see her, like I said, about 3 or 4 days later, and I didn't do anything to her, but I did eyeball her. As she was going by, I did eyeball her. Okay? She didn't say anything, and neither did I. And after that, I just let it go. But it hurt me to my soul. I was 20 years old then. I am 64 now. And I've had other incidents and experiences about that, but I've gotten over it. God has always protected me. And he's going to protect his children, that he's going to protect the righteous, And I just keep it moving. What can you do? You hope it goes away. You wish it goes away. But it's still here and it always will be. It's just how we choose to deal with it. So that's my story time. And you know what? Why don't you guys get on here and tell some of your stories? It doesn't have to be about racism, discrimination, about anything. Maybe I'll do that a little bit more. Start telling stories as well as making videos. Let me know if you guys will like that or not, because I have a whole lot of stories to tell about other things as well. Okay? All right. You guys have a good rest of your day.